This video is made for adult collectors because every single file name I've written for this video specifically, I keep calling him Legacy Air Raid and not Age of the Primes Air Raid because I'm dumb.
So you can kind of see it in the corner. Normally, when I film, I have more space on the desk than just this part, and you might see some extra angles. But as you can see by that thing sticking out there, the entirety of wave 1 is just sitting here. Not you. You're not included. You're not wave 1. You don't be here. But here is all of wave 1. However, I'm leaving this here because one thing that's the problem with filming something that's white like this on a white table with two lights pointed at it is you can get washed out. But wave 1, the entirety of wave 1 right here is actually helping diffuse the light a little bit. So I'm going to keep them there. This is going to be a pain to film.
Finally, I got my air raid in from Pulse, and now where's my damn Omega Prime? Anyways, I got this in, and I was told by many that he would be better than Slingshot, and I think I'm inclined to agree, but that doesn't mean Slingshot's bad. Far from it. In fact, I think I'm gonna say that, in my opinion, I'm enjoying these so much more than I was the Stunticons when they first started coming out. But now I have every single Wave 1 toy. Yes, I'm going to do an entire video on this whole refresh because I find that kind of interesting. But this is Air Raid from Transformers Age of the Primes, and this video is brought to you by Tri-Treats. As you might notice, the box is empty. Tri-Treats is a snack subscription service that sends you snacks once a month to your door from a different country every time, and my parents were so excited to get their hands into this box because we found out it was from Italy that they ate most of it before I was able to actually film the segments for this. Sorry. That's mine. Remember, don't eat all of it. Mom might want some.
These are good too, but that's better.
So definitely go check them out. Links in the description down below. And if you use code THATTOYGUY, you can save a few dollars off your order, which is always nice. So thank you very much, Tri-Treats, for sponsoring today's video. Now back to the actual toy. Air Raid looks real nice. I genuinely like the color breakup here. The way it uses 3 different plastic shades to break up the color. The glossy white, the black, and then the red on the torso with the white stripe down the center. The paint to plastic matching is pretty good, but there is this one spot on the belly here that looked like it could have used an extra coat. You can kind of see the red bleeding through on the edges a bit. I really like all the details on the leg, how it incorporates the back of the 5mm port and the hinges into looking less like playthings slapped on and more like actual bits of detail that are supposed to be there. He also has normal sized feet, unlike Slingshot, but he stands still pretty fine. The backpack is very Aerialbot, but it doesn't make him back heavy, and there are a few different configurations you can have the wings and the cockpit in for your preference. This one's my preferred though. It reminds me of the G1 toy a lot. I dig the way the arms look, with the shoulders having these like little gaps of detail on them. The front ones are for combined mode, but the ones on the side look like they're just like vent detail or intakes to me, which a plane would have, and I quite dig that. Head sculpt is nice. I love the difference in the shade between the forehead and the face with the beady blue eyes. He does come with 2 guns and they're both the same, and for some reason, his right hand doesn't like holding anything super well. I think mine is just like a micrometer too wide and everything feels a tiny bit loose in there, but I think that's just a me thing. I haven't heard anyone else complain about that. His tail fins can also come off because they are packed separately. I kind of see these as like melee daggers and stuff. I think it's kind of cool when an Aerialbot's wings come off to be the weapons, like Armada Starscream's sword and whatnot. I feel like they should do that more often. And he looks great with Slingshot. I cannot wait to get Silverbolt and actually start dressing him up with these, because so far this set feels a bit more refined and solid than the first 2 Minosaur offerings.
So Air Raids are... Get out of your hand. Get out of the hand. Whoa. Bro did a spin there. Air Raid's articulation is slightly better than Slingshot's because he has normal designed shoulders and better feet articulation. Camera is also too high. Okay, so to start with, the head is on a ball joint. You don't get that much tilt. You get a little bit, but I'd like a little bit more. He can look up that far and look down not that much. However, due to his combined mode transformation, he's got a little hinge here. So you can look up even further if you want to get him into like a flying pose, which is kind of neat. I like that. Shoulders are your regular universal joints. They can do a full 360. They can go out. They do go out slightly above where the rotation is so that he can actually get his arms a little bit further than a T pose. You do have bicep rotation, a tiny bit over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, and nothing at the wrist. You do have a waist joint. The hips can go forward. They can go back. They can go in and out. You have your thigh rotation. You have a single jointed knee that bends a teeny tiny bit, like 1 millimeter under 90 degrees. And then the ankles, they can't go down, but they can go up all the way, which is awesome. And you have crazy ankle tilt, so you can get him into like actual walking poses. Now, I haven't done this comparison for myself, and I haven't put it in the video yet because I wanted to see what it looks like on camera. Here's the new Age of the Primes one. And here, oh my god. Here is the Combiner Wars one. Good lord. This feels so much nicer to hold than this. This one also, like, it doesn't feel nice. The elbows are weird. Yeah, no, I like this quite. It's a little bit smaller. So I know it's going to bug some people, but yeah, no, this is just way nicer than this. Good lord.
So yeah, I really like this robot, with the only thing that really bugs me being the coat of paint on the belly and that one hand. His transformation is very air raid, but it has a nice little spin to the standard Combiner Wars folding leg thing.
So again, just like Slingshot, this is a transformation you'd kind of expect for an Aerialbot, but as I alluded to, it does some interesting things down here. So to start with, we're going to fold the fists in, and you have these two massive pegs that are sticking out that are going to peg into the elbows on either side. You want to rotate the head 180 degrees. Then you want to unpeg the wings, and you want to bring this section up. It's on a double hinge, and it's pegged into back here, and you just bring it around and tab it into the front. Now we work on the legs. So we're going to peg them together. And before I do this, I want to show you this. Here's the original air raid from Combiner Wars. You peg the legs together, you open this section up, and then you accordion this down, and then close that up, and that's how you did the legs for all of the Aerialbots. Whereas on this guy, it's kind of similar, but you open this up like this instead, fold the feet up, and they will peg into place, and then you accordion this up at the back in. And it's like a very subtle spin on the Combiner Wars conversion scheme, but the tail fins are on the wrong way. But I kind of like that. I think it's cool. But you would take these and you would rotate them 180 degrees until they are situated properly. And then you have this little landing gear strut under his chest. And there you have the jet mode. It's a very easy transformation to do back and forth. It's very G1 Aerialbot, but I like it. But let me quickly do foot mode, because, you know, he's got a foot mode. Or leg mode, I should say. You fold those up, and then you take this section here, you bring this down. The head, leave it rotated, fold that into his back, compress this up, and it will peg into place. There we are. You bring this section out, you accordion it down like that, and then you fold these wing bits in, and that's the chunk that's going to sit into the leg to form leg mode. And I'm not a fan of how far it sticks out at the back, like from the pictures. This bit bumping into the knee is a little bit weird to me, but I guess we'll figure that out once it actually shows up, because it hasn't shown up yet. It's October release, but so was Vortex, and yet he's here apparently.
I think Slingshot wins in jet mode, simply because this being on an upward slope at the bottom looks really strange from the side, but it's still a nice jet. It's really solid and sturdy. I love how he basically color changes from a white and red robot into a mostly black jet with a couple of bits of color peeking out underneath. Guns can store on the wings, and that looks great. And he has a nice size too, not to mention the plastic just feels really nice, just like Slingshot. Yes, I recommend one. Again, if you want just a good jet toy, this works, but also, because Combiner, I can't wait to finish the rest of the set. And if you want to complete the set, obviously I recommend this. This thing looks cool, handles well, and feels very nice. But that's my look at, almost said Combiner Wars, at Age of the Primes Air Raid. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.